Hey, it's Shep with some Pokemon news. Amazon has restocked their Pokemon Blaziken and Volcanion Premium Collection for the holidays. It comes with a couple EXs, a big old jumbo Blaziken card, reportedly 5 Journey Together and 5 Destined Rivals packs. Some people are saying that it's a little bit too pricey for those packs, especially with Journey Together not being the most popular set. It may be lacking some of the bigger hits and chase cards as some of the newer sets that we've seen the last couple times through. But around $7 a pack, it's okay. It'd be great if Amazon would have retail price packs like Target and Walmart. But I guess the convenience of ordering them online and have them shipped to your house makes it an okay deal. Pokemon recently announced that the Mega Hyper Rare cards, the gold ones, will no longer be featured in the next set, Ascended Heroes. No more gold cards. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. They're super hard to pull. They're super rare. However, they seemed a little bit fake looking. And when you hold them in your hand, you could tell that they were made out of different material. I think they were printed poorly, with most of the ones that I saw being off-centered with little divots and scratches on them. They came that way straight out of the pack. So I'm not sure if I'm excited to see them gone, but I certainly am looking forward to seeing what replaces them. As an investor, I would say my gut says to invest in them now, because you're not going to be able to find them in the future Mega Evolution sets. So the current ones, the Lucario, Gardevoir, Charizard, you want to make sure you have some copies of those, because I think those prices could potentially go way up. Also, it's been confirmed that these Mega Gold Rares have had the hardest pull rates of any card in Pokemon history. So that makes me think even more strongly about these Mega Hyper Rares as a long-term solid investment. Quick fact, there have been over 18,000 English Pokemon cards released since the beginning. Taking a look at the October grading summary, 1.27 million TCG cards graded by PSA, which is up 126% over 2024 last year. Even up 51% month to month from September to October. CGC is coming in real strong, up 161% year over year. They're on fire. They're back. I feel like their grades they've been going a little easy on the 10s lately, but they've been way backed up. They've gotten back on track over the last a month or so, but they're really handing out the 10s lately. Beckett, I thought, was on their last breath there, but they've come back strong this year. Over last year, 173% up year over year. I would have to imagine that people chasing the black label is really what's keeping them going, so they should definitely capitalize on that and keep that going. Now, Tag is coming along. They're grading a lot more TCG than they are sports, and they're up over 50, around 50% year over year. I've really been going to Tag recently myself, and I'm really rooting for Tag because I think it's the most authentic grading company out there. Now, SGC, which primarily focuses on sports, has really dropped, and in their Pokemon TCG grading over the past year, they're owned now by PSA, so I would imagine that PSA will continue to get the lion's share of the TGC grading. Taking a look back over the last 3 years, the number of graded cards is soaring, and it's never been higher than it is right now. I mean, PSA, CGC, they're really kicking it up a notch lately and over time. It just makes me think, are we in the junk era of getting cards graded? I don't know, but I just feel like if it catches on long term and it sustains itself, it's going to be just as valuable as gambling on stocks, investing in stocks. I mean, I think I'd rather have my money in Pokemon graded cards right now than I would the stock market, even as a long-term investment. It's increasing in value, much better, quicker, bigger returns than investing in the stock market. As much as I love sports and sports cards, I mean, my heart is with TCG because take a look. I mean, most cards being graded are TCG cards. It's really coming above and beyond what sports has ever done. It's just the hot thing going, and I don't see it stopping as young people are being brought up by the generation of who are now adults that were around in the late 90s, early 2000s when Pokemon came out all the way up till now. I just don't see it stopping. I mean, like people like myself who are instilling Pokemon and the value of the hobby into my children, and I see this happening at card shows, online, on Instagram, Facebook. People are really instilling a love of Pokemon into their children, and those children are going to grow up, get jobs just like you have, and continue the hobby for years to come. So I think it is a long-term investment. It's a long-term hobby, and I don't see sports coming back anytime soon. I mean, as a sports fan, it's unlikely your team's going to win every time. I mean, in the NFL, there's only one winner that wins the Super Bowl every year. Everybody else is a loser. Everybody else goes home feeling bad. The fans feel terrible. Everybody's upset. The same thing for baseball, hockey, basketball, college. I mean, you don't have that with Pokemon. Pokemon's always a winner. You can always go find your best cards. The Pokemon characters never get hurt. Sports players are real people. They get hurt. They're out for a season. Their cards tank in value. Charizard's always going to be great. Charizard's never going to get hurt. Pikachu's always going to be great. Everybody's going to love Pikachu. So I think it truly is a long-term investment that can be passed down from generation to generation. Take a look at this report of the most graded sets within Pokemon. The number one is the Pokemon Japanese MP promo cards, which if you look at the card that's really pushing those numbers up, it's this Pikachu from McDonald's. An insane amount of these are being graded. I'm seeing them everywhere, especially if you go on eBay or any other online auction. I mean, it's all there is. Just these Pikachu McDonald's cards we can grade. I mean, look, there's been 145,405 graded as of today. This is an insane number with a huge rate of them getting 10s. Almost 130,000 of them getting 10s. So you can imagine that the value of that card is going to keep dwindling. I mean, it used to be way up there. I think I was going for hundreds, and now not so much. But that is a card I would probably avoid investing in just because of the sheer number of them out there. As far as the health of the overall market's concerned, over the past month, I've seen a drop of 10 to 15% consistently across the board. However, over the last 3 or 4 days, as we've gotten through Black Friday and Cyber Monday, it's starting to pick back up. So I wouldn't lose hope. I wouldn't get too scared about it. That's just the way markets go, with whether it's the stock market or the Pokemon market. I think overall it's going to be up and it's going to be fine. People are just kind of holding on right now a little bit. But I think people are going to start selling and trading and moving product again soon. Don't forget there was a big lull this summer. Late in the summer, the prices just dropped and then they went right back up just a month or two later. So it's a great time to buy low and sell high later, instead of waiting for everything to go up and buying it high and selling low.